Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Following a tumultuous few months, one riddled with failures and being left off marquee shows, SummerSlam may be a time for not just a turnaround, but a seismic shift in the career of future WWE Hall of Famer Bayley. Multiple hints and teases over the past few weeks, as well as growing desperation, seem to have all but confirmed that Bayley will be turning heel very soon, and it may happen in the biggest way possible at SummerSlam. The latest tease occurred on last night's episode of WWE Raw, where a dejected Bayley, while being interviewed backstage by correspondent Jackie Redmond, stated that after being left off WrestleMania and now SummerSlam, she is at a loss for words. But here's the thing. This has subtly morphed into a unique and engaging storyline about a legend who suddenly finds herself off the marquee. Despite fighting for women's wrestling and revolutionizing the industry for over a decade, the influx of talent Bayley has blazed the trail for has left no traces of the path she forged. Off that path, the role model, all nice and lovable and huggable, tilled as she made a once barren land thriving and fertile, and sowed seeds that took years to bear fruit. And now what seems to have borne fruit is an ultra-competitive women's division that all want the prize and have giant egos to go along with it. With Bayley directly addressing her not having a match at SummerSlam, despite the two-night structure, despite the multiple titles to contest for, and despite the multiple title opportunities she has had in recent weeks, she may choose to appear at the show uninvited and crash the biggest party of the summer. That party would have to involve either Lyra Valkyria or Becky Lynch, and a return to the dark side for the four-time world champion. Despair and desperation may have already gotten to her enough to warrant not just more action, but a concrete change in attitude, or it may grip her further in the coming days. But Bayley getting involved in Becky Lynch's Women's Intercontinental Championship, no DQ title defense at SummerSlam seems quite likely at this point. Whether she turns heel with conviction and completion or takes time to truly accept the monster she is about to become over the coming months would be an interesting debate among WWE creative right now. SummerSlam is just days away, and Bayley, having lingered at the edges of one of the most emotionally layered feuds in WWE today, Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria, which is set to culminate in a no disqualification match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam, could change the course of women's wrestling for good with her actions at SummerSlam. The Grand Slam champion could help Lyra Valkyria win at SummerSlam and then turn on her, setting up a match against her for Clash in Paris. Why help her and then turn on her? Well, Bayley's deplorable actions may reveal that despite what she portrays herself to be, she too looks at Lyra Valkyria as being inferior to her, much like Becky Lynch did, and therefore an easy opponent to beat one-on-one. All this, by the way, while also getting revenge on big-time Bex. Alternatively, she could actually help Becky Lynch retain at SummerSlam and proceed to form a power-hungry alliance reminiscent of the two-man power trip, with the pair redefining the direction of the women's division with their thirst for power and gold and targeting the Women's World Championship, as well as the Women's Tag Team Championship. There is a mixture of disbelief, frustration, and disappointment brewing inside of Bayley all at once, and that may lead to the perfect storm. While Triple H always makes sure to appreciate Bayley as she states how underappreciated she is, and has her miss major events even as he makes statements about how reliable she is, the irony wears thin, for Paul Levesque is the one who makes the decisions. The truth is, it is not the fans who underappreciate Bayley. Perhaps it is the company itself. And that element of reality being amalgamated with the storyline is exactly what could kickstart a major heel run for Bayley on Raw. A lack of power and control could morph into an unquenchable thirst for the same, and Bayley could choose to either go at it all by herself or team up with the woman who has it all and is the man to learn from, big-time Becky Lynch. Whether that is a solo run or a blockbuster alliance remains to be seen. Triple H may have quietly dropped a massive hint that a beloved WWE legend is preparing to turn heel after 18 months of being a fan favorite, and the shocking shift could unfold as early as WWE SummerSlam 2025. While there has been no official confirmation from the WWE Chief Content Officer, recent creative decisions, subtle storytelling cues, and mounting speculation across social media have led fans and insiders alike to believe that the stage is being set for a dramatic character change that could shake up the WWE landscape in a major way. The legend in question has spent the past year and a half in the good graces of the WWE Universe, but signs now point to a carefully orchestrated pivot that may lead to a full-blown betrayal at SummerSlam. And if the clues are to be believed, Triple H may have already greenlit the moment backstage with his trademark brand of long-term storytelling. For months, the WWE creative team has been threading together subtle signs of frustration in the legend's demeanor during backstage segments and interviews, as well as questionable tactics in the ring that blur the line between face and heel. These breadcrumbs haven't gone unnoticed. Fans have begun to voice theories online that the legend's character arc is headed for a major transformation, and SummerSlam appears to be the perfect stage for it. The event, one of WWE's biggest spectacles of the year, is known for delivering shocks, swerves, and monumental character shifts. If this heel turn does take place, it would mark the end of an 18-month run during which the legend has been portrayed as a loyal veteran presence in the locker room, often mentoring younger talent and standing up for what's right. But those days may be numbered. The seeds of the turn may have been planted as far back as the Royal Rumble, when the legend was eliminated under controversial circumstances and offered only a cryptic reaction in a post-match interview. Some interpreted his short response and cold stare as a mere moment of disappointment, but in hindsight, it may have been the first crack in the armor. Since then, his storyline involvement has grown darker in tone. On multiple occasions, he has chosen not to save babyfaces in distress, instead watching from the ramp or even walking away completely. In one recent episode of Raw, he stood by silently while his tag team partner was assaulted backstage, a move many interpreted as a subtle act of betrayal masked by creative ambiguity. Triple H, who has long been praised for his meticulous attention to storytelling details, appears to be in full control of this narrative. His decision to keep the character's intentions ambiguous may be a calculated ploy to generate buzz, drive speculation, and maximize the emotional impact when the turn finally occurs. This legend is no stranger to playing the heel. Earlier in his career, he was known for some of the most ruthless promos and actions in WWE history. However, his recent return to WWE television was framed around redemption and legacy, allowing him to reconnect with fans and deliver one last meaningful babyface run. That chapter now seems to be coming to a close. Multiple reports from WWE insiders have suggested that creative meetings in recent weeks have focused heavily on the SummerSlam card, and that there's at least one shocking turn planned for the show. One source even claimed that the veteran in question has been pushing for a darker direction for months, further fueling speculation that Triple H has given the green light. Interestingly, the WWE Legends merchandise has also undergone a quiet rebrand. Gone are the vibrant colors and inspirational catchphrases that once defined his post-return persona. In their place are darker tones, minimalist designs, and edgier slogans that hint at a meaner, more self-serving version of the character. WWE's digital team has also made subtle changes to how the legend is featured on social media, often omitting him from feel-good highlight reels and instead focusing on his more intense in-ring moments. These tweaks may seem minor on their own, but taken together, they paint a picture of a slow-burning heel turn already in progress. And with SummerSlam fast approaching, the question is no longer if, but when the WWE Universe has responded with a mix of excitement and dread. On one hand, the legend's heel work has always been regarded as some of the best in the business. His charisma, experience, and promo ability make him a natural villain capable of elevating any storyline. On the other hand, fans who have grown attached to his recent persona may find the turn difficult to accept. That emotional investment, however, is exactly what makes the turn so powerful. Wrestling thrives on emotional stakes, and few things are more compelling than watching a hero fall from grace. Triple H understands this deeply, and he's shown time and again that he's willing to make bold choices in the name of compelling television. There's also the matter of who this heel turn could affect. Several current WWE superstars have aligned themselves with the legend in recent months, forming tag teams, stables, or simply expressing admiration in promos and interviews. If the turn is executed at SummerSlam, those alliances could shatter in an instant, leading to new feuds, broken friendships, and high-stakes matches heading into the fall. Some are even speculating that the legend could cost a popular babyface a major match at SummerSlam as his way of making a definitive statement. If true, this betrayal would not only mark his heel turn, but also set the tone for a larger storyline that could stretch through Survivor Series or even WrestleMania 41. Adding further intrigue is the fact that Triple H himself has been unusually vocal about character evolution in recent interviews. While he didn't name names, he did suggest that a lot of things are going to change after SummerSlam, and that fans should pay attention to the people you least expect. These comments, coupled with the mounting circumstantial evidence, point directly to the WWE legend as the prime candidate for a dramatic shift. It's worth noting that WWE has pulled off similar heel turns in the past with legends like Shawn Michaels, Edge, and Randy Orton, all of whom used pay-per-views like SummerSlam as their stage for betrayal. As for the legend's own thoughts on a heel turn, he has remained largely silent in public interviews. When asked directly during a recent podcast appearance if he was considering going back to the dark side, he offered only a coy smile and a one-word answer, maybe. That response was enough to send fans into a frenzy on social media, with many interpreting it as a confirmation hidden in plain sight. The fact that the legend chose not to deny the possibility speaks volumes, especially for a performer known for playing the long game and staying in character behind the scenes. Triple H's approach to creative has always been rooted in trust and collaboration with the talent. He's known to give veterans considerable input into their character direction, particularly those with decades of experience. If this heel turn is indeed happening, it's almost certain that the legend himself played a major role in crafting the storyline. In fact, it may be the result of months of planning, subtle rewrites, and key backstage conversations that began long before the SummerSlam card was finalized. That level of long-term storytelling is part of what makes Triple H's WWE run as head of creative so compelling. Rather than relying on shock value alone, he opts for layered narratives that reward patient viewers. In this case, the potential heel turn isn't just about one superstar changing alignment. It could have far-reaching consequences for WWE's roster, factions, and championship pictures. Depending on how the legend aligns himself post-turn, he could either form a dominant new heel stable or become a lone wolf, targeting any babyface that crosses his path. Both options open the door for fresh rivalries and matchups fans haven't seen before. It also allows younger talent to step into the spotlight by feuding with a credible, seasoned villain who can elevate them through experience and presence. Looking ahead, the ripple effects of the heel turn could extend well beyond SummerSlam. WWE's fall season typically sets the foundation for WrestleMania season, and a major character shift now would allow time for a slow-burn feud to develop in the months ahead. Some are already predicting that the legend's heel arc could culminate in a high-profile WrestleMania match, possibly against a top babyface he betrays at SummerSlam. If true, this would mean that Triple H is once again thinking several steps ahead, building to a payoff that could define WWE's biggest event of 2026 in conclusion. While WWE has yet to make anything official, all signs point toward a significant heel turn involving a beloved legend at SummerSlam 2025, and Triple H appears to be pulling the strings. From backstage reports and merchandise changes to character shifts and carefully worded interviews, the evidence is mounting that the WWE Universe is about to witness one of its most trusted heroes fall. And if history is any indicator, the turn will be timed to perfection. As the clock ticks down to SummerSlam, fans would do well to keep their eyes on the legend in question, because the next time he steps through the curtain, he may not be the man they once knew. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.